This is the new way to get clients on LinkedIn in 2026 and onwards. Hello everyone, if you are still doing outreach the old way, you must listen to this video. So when doing outreach, I'm sure most of you, first they define the ICP. So step number one, define ICP. And that's fine. I mean, you need to know who is your ideal customer. Step number two, you scrape SalesNav or Apollo. That's the two ways people usually do it. Or find leads manually, or you find leads manually. So first, if you scrape Sales Navigator is not always the best way to do it, just because the ICP is not always correct. You don't know if the people have been active or not on LinkedIn, and you cannot scrape more than the 10 first pages. So you have to scrape again, you have to scrape every day, and that takes a lot of time. So for many reasons, scraping Sales Navigator is not the way to go. Also, if you just define an ICP and scrape that ICP, you have no idea if the people you are scraping are willing to buy your solution. Maybe they are already equipped, maybe they don't want to use this type of product, but you can't know that. And I'm going to show you how you can guess what people want or don't want. So, or you can also scrape Apollo, but in that case, the database is not always up to date. For example, some people in Apollo haven't changed their jobs. So they were a sales executive, now they are a butcher. They haven't changed LinkedIn, but they keep showing up and they don't log into LinkedIn anymore. So you are wasting bullets contacting on LinkedIn these people. On LinkedIn, you can only send 200 invitations per week. So if you have 50, 60, 70 invitations per week targeting people who don't care, then you are missing a lot of money. So once you scrape Sales Navigator, 3, you automate connections and DM. So that's the old way of doing. It still works on volume, but you can do a lot better, and that's what I'm going to show you. So the new way is quite simple. First, well, you define your ICP. Then, second step, you target people based on intent signals. So what's an intent signal? It's the proof that someone is more willing to pay than a regular lead. So let's say instead of going after a sales executive, you are going after a sales executive that has shown interest in AI, that liked your competitor post, that just raised funds. There you have intent. You know that you have someone who is active right now and has money and is looking for solutions. Is interacting with solutions like yours. So he's market aware. So when you target people based on intent signals, you get 3, 5, 4 times more reply in cold mailing and on LinkedIn. And so then step number 3, you can automate connections and DM, plus you personalize based on intent. Of course, if someone has been liking solutions about posts and company pages about cold mailing, well, you can tell that person, I've seen that cold mailing seems to be something you are looking at. This is what we do. Let's talk. And that changes a lot of things. So personalized, I'll leave it like this. So how do you get intent signal? Well, for that, we use a tool called GoGB. That's our tool. We made it. We have more than 400 clients right now. So if I go here, this is how it looks. So every day I get new leads coming into my leads inbox. So if I take this lead, for example, Barak, he just engaged with a post about the keyword outreach. If I click here, I have access to the post. So that's the post I'm targeting. If I go to another person, Nikita, for example, just engaged with a post about outreach as well. If I click here, I have access to that post. So So that's exactly what I'm looking at. And so for each one of these leads, if I click here, I have access to a personalized LinkedIn message that I can send into a sequence. So notice you've been engaging with topics like personalized outreach and outbound strategy. And I have the same for LinkedIn. All these leads, I can take them, send them into a campaign like here, and do outreach. So I can create my own campaigns with message 1, message 2. That's really easy. I can start a campaign, select the LinkedIn account that send messages, personalize my invitation, and then send messages. So I can send the same message to everyone, like a regular LinkedIn outreach tool, or I can send the AI personalized message like I showed you just before. Of course, you can integrate with HubSpot, Pipedrive instantly if you want to send cold mailing, Slack, Lemlist, and all the other tools. And so to set up this and to make sure you have the right people and the right signals, you can go to AI agent. You can create your own AI agent. So first step, that's the first thing you do when you log in into Gojiberry. First step, you define your ideal customer. So you say I only want founders from the US, this target industry, and so on. And then step number 2, you configure intent signals. So you can track people who interact with your company page, visit your profile, people who interact with some specific keywords or post about them, people who interact with some experts and influencers, people who change jobs, raise funds, are really active on LinkedIn, and competitor engagement. So LinkedIn pages of your competitors. And so once you do that, for example, for the keyword cold email, you will only get leads in your lead inbox if they match your ICP and they interacted with the cold email keyword. Either they post, they created a post, they liked a post, or they commented a post. And so you get all the leads here. And when you do your outreach, the results are 3 to 4 to 5 times more important than when you do scraping from SalesNav or Apollo. So this is the new way to go. Track intent. So as you can see here, this lead has just engaged with an industry expert. Here we just like the post. Here it's top 5 most active in my ICP. If I scroll down, these are leads imported from SalesNav because you can do it with our Chrome extension as well. If I go to page number, here I imported leads from reaction posts. So when I go on LinkedIn here, I can import reactions or import comments. That works really good as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you understand that intent-based marketing is the best marketing for the years to come. Thank you so much and have a great day.